Hello students, welcome to this new session of Python. Last time we had studied this program of web scraping, Google News and money control news. Today in this session we are going to go through this code and we are going to learn one more code which is given in your textbook, whereby we'll extract the data from the same websites Google News and money control news. We first revise what we had studied yesterday in the last session and then we try to go ahead. Now, first of all, when you want to uh, extract some data from the news website, basically, just let me recollect what is web scraping. Web scraping is extracting data from the web. Generally, a good practice is to extract the data that is available publicly. Say, for example, news.google.com. The news are available publicly and hence it is possible to scrap that data. Say, for example, moneycontrol.com. Again, the news are available publicly, so you can extract the data. Now, when we want to extract the data, we cannot extract it from moneycontrol.com or news.google.com. Each website has an RSS feed. Let us just try to check out. Say, for example, when I give money control RSS feed, so basically it will give me the links to the RSS feed. Yes, here is the top news feed. So let me try to open the link in a new tab, because lot of different news links are there, so different RSS news feeds will be there. Remember, we have to parse this markup language code in order to extract the news data. I repeat, we need to parse this markup language code to fetch the data. Yes, it is RSS version 2. We have already studied how to parse the XML file. To parse any other markup language code, the process is similar and we have to do the same process. In fact, if you try to observe over here, the extension to the file is XML. That means basically we are trying to parse an XML file. Now, if there is Google News, how to get the RSS feed for Google News? Yes, you can go to Google and search over here, but actually the process is quite simple. News.google.com. Google provides one facility whereby if you just give RSS behind news.google.com, then it will give you the RSS feed for the same. Now, again, if you try to observe RSS, XML, NS, yeah, this is now little bit more visible. Basically, yes, this XML file does not appear to have any style information associated with it. That means this is the RSS feed leads to an XML file. Hence, remember, we are parsing an XML file. Now, let me go back to the code and explain you this code, and then we will try to understand another code. Yes, we are web scraping Google News and money control news. The modules or the libraries required are urllib, IO and XML. Remember, if you do not have these modules or libraries, you need to install them. For this, you need to go to CMD as administrator and give pip install and the module name, and the module will be installed. Now, this is important. the link from where you are scraping, because if you observe, this is the Google News, but if you try to capture this link and paste it over here, then that link is not going to work. That will, because that is not an XML file link. So basically it is better that you copy this. That means the RSS feed link here, if you observe, it is the RSS feed link. Okay, now let us try to execute it. Yes, and we get the result. So basically you need to make sure that it is the RSS feed link. Now G is equal to URL open. That means you are opening the URL and the file handler or the pointer is stored in G. F is equal to string IO G dot read. Now whenever you give G dot read, that means the data is coming in the form of byte stream. You want to convert the bytes into string, so that is why we are giving or making use of this string IO. Now first G was the pointer, now F is the pointer, so we are closing G dot close. Just try to recollect when we were writing data to a text file or reading data from a text file or a CSV file, we were doing the same process. First a file handler or pointer to open the file, then in the end we close it. Yes, tree is equal to element tree dot parse F, because last the pointer was in F, that is F is reading. So what we want to parse? We want to parse this F. Yes, now because tree is the pointer or the file handler or the controller, so we close F as well. Now this counter is required if you want to extract only n number of headlines. If you want to extract all the headlines, this is not required. Yes, we are going to use the ITR method. Previously it was the get ITR method, which is deprecated in the new versions, but if still you are using older version of Python, then you can use get ITR. So for a counter variable in tree dot ITR item, of course this is going to iterate through each and every subtree of the root. Now what is the root over here? Just let us try to check. Google News RSS feed. Yes, this channel may be the root, but you want to iterate through which tag? Item tag. So basically it will go over here. Now here you can make changes depending upon the structure of the XML page or of the RSS feed page. If the structure is different, you have to write this for loop little bit in a different way. Pair is equal to elmt dot find title. So within the item we want to find title. This you can think of the parent tag, this you can think of as a child tag, because this is the actual news that we want to fetch. This is the actual news data that we want to fetch. So yes, we have to find within item the title tag, and that is what we are doing over here. First the item and then the title, and of course it is title dot text, because title tag is this, but how can you obtain this text? It is through title dot text. And finally you are printing, you are managing the counter variable, and if 5 news headlines are printed, you are stopping. So this is pretty simple and we had studied last time, but this is just for the revision sake. Now today we are going to repeat the same thing but with a different code. We instead of for loop we are going to create a function, and the code that we are going to study is the one that is given in your textbook. However, it is not necessary that you need to follow the same code. Even there are many different libraries available through which you can scrape the data from these websites. Yes, instead of making use of these libraries or modules, you can change the modules or libraries, and then in that case the entire code to scrape the web data or the website data is also going to change. So let us try to study a different code for the same. Now this yes, what we want to do, let me copy this part because we are still doing the same thing, but in detail, and exceptions are there. If errors are coming, then we can handle them through exceptions. From IO, import bytes IO as string IO, except error, that is import error, try. So if string IO is giving some error, basically if you observe over here, f is equal to string IO and g dot read. So string IO is converting the byte stream into string. So here if you are getting error, then you can use another module or library, sub module or library, that is C string IO. Of course from string IO import string IO, that is fine. Another exception that we are going to handle from ITR tools, import izip as zip we have already studied, except import error pass, we are not going to do anything. From URL lib import URL open, except import error URL lib dot request import URL open. So URL open is basically there in URL lib, and it is also there in URL lib dot request. So when we give this, if some error is there, it will try to use URL open from some other module or library, and still it will try to give the result. So basically this try catch blocks or this exception handling part is used if some of the modules do not work. If they work, then these are not required. So again the same set of modules or libraries that we require are there over here. Just once again remember that before you use them, you need to install them properly. If it is not installed, you will get module not found error. So again let me paste, sorry, I need to go over here, copy the link. See, this RSS feed link may change from time to time. It may be the same, sorry, I need to change it over here. It may be the same, it may remain the same for a long period of time, but otherwise it may change. So don't take this code for granted, but this is a code which helps you to scrape the data from the web. Again here the process is the same, I already explained, so I am not repeating the steps once again. Now what is the difference? The difference is this: define top news count equals find. That means here we are creating a function top news, and what we are doing for news in top news, print news. That means making use of this function, we are trying to print something. So last time, if you remember, we simply had a for loop which was printing the 5 news headlines. Now we are creating a function. That means, yes, sometimes we computer people have a habit how to make simple things complicated, and here we are doing the same thing. This is what is given in the textbook to handle some of the rare cases. So yes, we create a function and then we make a call to the function that was created previously. So let us try to understand this function. Now why count equals 5? Because we want to ensure, or we want to extract only the first 5 news headlines. That is why we are passing it like this. Pair is equal to none comma none. Now if you try to recollect, this square brackets are for the list data structure, and none comma none means we are initializing the list with none values. Remember, null values, null is generally a term that is used in database. In Python, if we don't want to assign any values, say we want an empty list, then we cannot just have empty brackets, we need to make sure that we give none. Now the previous versions of Python supported tree.getIterator method or function, getIterator, but the current version, that is 3.9, does not support that. It is deprecated, that means out of date. So you need to ensure that you are using ITR. This we in the last program we have already used ITER. Now again, this code may change depending upon let me go to the RSS feed or the XML page, depending upon the code that is there over here. And everybody has their own style of writing the code, writing their logic. So definitely you can try and make some changes over here depending upon your style of coding. So what happens if element.tag is equal to title? Why we are finding element.tag is equal to title? Because if you observe, the news headlines are where? Are there in the title tag. If we try to check the money control RSS feed, again if you observe, yes, this is the news headline, and the news headline is there within the title tag. So basically, and remember the hierarchy for both of these websites. Coincidentally, it is item and title, that is the parent tag and the child tag, item and title. So it becomes easier to parse the XML file or pass through the hierarchy. But remember, this may not be the same for some other RSS feed websites or some other websites. So you need to just check it and then make the changes if at all in the code. Now what we have written, skip is equal to element.text dot starts with top stories. Now if element.text starts with top stories, that means it is not a news line. This is specifically for Google. For money control we have top news. Again let me go to the web page. This is news.google.com. The first title that we come across is top stories, Google News. Now actually this is just a heading that is coming up. Let us try to check it up over here. Yes, these are the headlines over here. So basically there is no news like let me go to we don't need this line of text, sorry, yes, because this is not a news headline. The news headline actually starts from here. So that is why what we are doing as far as the coding is concerned is, if the element, sorry, if the title tag text, yes, we are first identifying or try to find out the title tag, and if the text of title tag starts with top stories, then we need to skip. That means we don't want to extract data from over here, we want to extract data from the next title tag. And remember, the text in between the title tag can be extracted through elmt dot text. Okay. So if skip continue, that means we go to the next, we try to go and find out the next title tag. So in pair 0 we store elmt dot text. That means in pair 0 actually we are storing this particular news. And in fact, while we are discussing this program, just let me tell you one thing. If you try to debug this program making use of PyCharm, then the clarity will still improve. That means how the code is working, the clarity will improve. Again, once we have found the first title tag, we are trying to find the second title tag. If skip, that means if the text of title tag has top stories, then we need to skip. Yes, again we are repeating the process. Pair 1 is equal to element dot txt. Basically both pair 0 and pair 1 are going to extract the same text. It is just for our verification that we are doing so. If both are same, then we are reducing the count by 1. And what does this yield function do? This yield function returns back the news headline to the calling function. That is, when we go in for news in top news, print news. So when we pass through the web page, and if we find some news headline, that will actually be returned through the yield. Now what is the specific characteristics of yield function? Normally, what does the return statement do in a function? Return will pass back the control to the calling block from where the function was called. Now here yield, what it does, it passes the news headline which is stored in pair 0, and again the control returns to this function. I repeat, the control returns back to the function. Why we need to return the control to the function? Because we have to still identify the second news, the third news, fourth news, and so on. So this yield function is a special function in Python. It will return something to the function, and then again it is like continue the code of the function. So if not count, that means if count is not equal to 5, then return the pair, empty pair. Why? Because once again we need to continue with the process. That means we need to fetch the news and display the news. So here lot of modification as far as the previous program is concerned. We have included exceptions, and we have included pair, as well as we have included say for example yield over here. Okay, so let us try to execute, and as you can observe, we get the news headlines over here. Yes, now let us try to make some changes over here. Uh, Now this is the money control RSS feed, and I want to extract the top news from the money control RSS feed. So let us try to execute. Now what happens over here? Just try to observe money control and money control logo. This is not the news headline. Then why we are getting this? Because the structure is different. This is Google News structure. The code was initially designed to meet the Google News RSS feed structure. Here the structure is different. We want to find the item tag first, and then, so let me try something over here. Item. Now let me try to execute. Sorry, it is not able to find the item tag over here. So just try to observe the other part of the code. For element in tree.itr item, fine, it was able to find. Then why we are not getting over here? Let me write item over here. If element dot tag equals title, what was the code as far as pair is equal to element dot find title. So again, just try to observe. We need to make some changes to the code over here. So we make some changes to the code over here. Pair is equal to yes, let us try to check it out. Control C, Control V, why we are using this find? Because it is the child of the previous tag. Just let me make some changes. So I can put some hash over here. We already have obtained the alignment is not proper. Okay, what I need to do is basically I need to put it over here. In fact, the best way is, so as you can observe, some changes to the code is required. Python, you need to be very much careful as far as the indentation is concerned. So in changing little bit of code, there is a lot of things that are involved. indentation is very important as far as Python is concerned. Now let us try to check. Skip is not defined. Why skip is not defined? Okay, so let me define over here, because it is skipping. So now still some mistake as far as the code is concerned. Pair 0 is equal to let me. So basically, in the sense, you will have to make some changes. Let me check the money control dot. Yes, you have the item tag, then you have the title tag, and from the title tag you want to extract this headlines over here. Now what was working was this particular code was working fine. So let me try to copy this code over here. Control C, top news. Let me just remove all this. What we have is we go through the item and then we fetch. Now yes, we have to write little bit of code in the sense just 1 minute please. Yes, here we don't take pair as a list. Because it's not a list, now let me try to execute it. Yes, so you just try to observe that when the structure of the tag changes over here, say for example for money control it is different, and for Google News yes, this RSS feed structure is different. So depending on this structure, your top stories is there, whereas here what you have title money control, then again title you have money control logo, and previously we had written skip for top news or top stories, but that is also not there. So accordingly we need to make some changes. So always remember that depending on the structure of the RSS feed you need to make some changes. So quite a significant amount of changes was required as far as the money control RSS feed is concerned, but ultimately we get the result that we want. That means we are able to extract the news from the website. So once again, some homework for you. Try to go through some other news website, try to check the RSS feed. If the RSS feed for that particular website is available, say ndtv.com, timesofindia.com, cnn.com, or you can try to go for our Gujarati local newspapers, Gujarat Samachar, Divya Bhaskar. If the RSS feed is available, that means there is no problem if you scrap the data from that particular website. Okay. Now, one more program that we are going to study today, which is little different. Let me close this. Yes, let me close this as well. Yes. Let me give file open. What we want to do is we have a Python dictionary over here, and from the Python dictionary we want to create an XML file. So how to do that? Yes, different forms of XML file or can be there. So if we want to create, how to do that? And for that we are going to write the code. First, let us try to execute and check the output. See, basically our main idea is to have a pretty printed XML file from the dictionary. Remember, try to recollect the difference between the HTML code and the XML code. HTML code, the codes are standard, whereas in XML there is no standardized form of writing the codes. So this is one way. Yes, this is another way, that is raw XML, and this is the flat structure as far as the XML is concerned. Generally we are not concerned with this or the last one. What we are concerned is, most of the times we are concerned with this. So what we want to do is, from a Python dictionary we want an XML code to be generated, because ultimately what we have studied how to parse the XML file. So if we have a data dictionary, again we can have a JSON object, and from a JSON object also number of things can be done. That is, JSON object can be converted to a dictionary. JSON object is what? Ultimately some data coming from somewhere else. So lot of things can be done. Now here again we are going to make use of element, sub-element and toString. In fact, element and sub-element methods as far as elementary is concerned. So if you have executed the previous codes, you need not install any other additional modules or libraries, but you need to just understand this element and sub-element. Element is basically to create a parent tag, sub-element is to create a child tag. Let us go further and try to understand. Books is equal to element books, basically the parent tag. Now for ISBN, info in book.items, let us try to print this book.items. Remember, books is a data dictionary, and data dictionary has got several methods: items, keys and values. Items will actually print the entire data dictionary. Let me execute this and show it to you. Yes, books.item, what it is doing? Dict items, and basically it is printing the entire dictionary. If you try to observe over here, so it is printing the items that are there in the dictionary. So what we are trying to do is key comma value pair in books dot items. Book is equal to sub element. Now sub element means the child tag books comma book. Now here we are actually taking key comma value in info dot items. Because it's a nested dictionary, this is the outer dictionary, this is the inner dictionary. So because it is a nested dictionary, that is why we are having a nested for loop over here to go through this entire dictionary. Info dot item sub element book comma key dot text is equal to comma dot join. These are several methods and functions that we are going through. Join strval dot split, because as you can observe we want to extract, this becomes the key, this becomes the value, again this becomes the key and the value. So that is what we want to do. Now this is just for our understanding. Now I can put this into comment. XML, again it's a variable, is equal to toString books. What we were doing in books, we were parsing the entire dictionary actually, and we were arranging it in the form of parent tag and child tag. Here because there is two level of nesting, we are using two level of for loops. If more level of nesting is there, then we have to use the loops accordingly. So first we are printing the raw XML. In the sense XML is equal to toString books, that will give a raw XML. In the sense, just let us try to execute it once again and try to check it up. This raw XML, if you try to observe this raw XML and pretty printed XML, basically the /n is missing and you cannot clearly differentiate between the parent tag and the child tag. Of course, yes, books, then book, then title, core python /title, then you have addition. So you come to know, but it's not in a formatted way, whereas pretty printed XML is in a formatted way. So now we are printing the XML in a proper way, the way in which we create an XML file. We are storing it in a variable DOM. We are using parse string and then the raw XML we are passing. So what happens when we print? Now this is almost like an XML file. So we know how to write data to a text file. So definitely if we have this code, we can send it to a text file and save it as .xml. So you have your XML file that is ready. And then finally the flat structure, again we are making use of the ITR method and trying to go through each of the parent tag, child tag, and we are putting a hyphen in between element.tag and element.text. Yes, if you observe over here, books none, because it does not have any text. Book again none. Title core python addition 2. So like this it will print up till over here. Here is equal to 2011. So this is basically what we say as a flat structure. Now here the authors have their own way of giving names. This is what our textbook says, so we follow that. And finally titles only. Say for example, it's like any particular this is the title of the book or the edition or the year. So if we want any particular text within any particular tag, so how to get it? for book in books.findall and title. We are finding the title and we are printing book.text. That means this is a counter variable and the text for that particular variable, because within the tag what we have inside is the text part. So finally we just try to print the title over here. So I hope you have understood web scraping over here, and also how to create an XML file from a Python data dictionary. But always remember one thing, that if the RSS feed of multiple websites is different, then as we saw in one of the codes, let me open it, say for example, yes, XML RSS. We made lot of changes when we shifted from Google News RSS to Money Control RSS, depending upon the tag structure. Say for example, when you open this, here the main tag starts with channel and then you have item. This is as far as the Google News RSS is concerned. And if you check over here, channel, image, item, a different hierarchy is there. And even as you observe, title contains Money Control logo, title contains where yes, here Money Control. So this was also coming. So we need to identify the parent tag as item, and then when we have title following item, that is the actual news that we want to fetch. So always remember that try to find the RSS feed for the news that you want to extract from the news website, and then make changes to the code accordingly. I'll be really happy if you try scraping the news from some other website, and if you do that, you yourself will also get a lot of confidence. So try to complete this as far as your homework is concerned. So we end this session. Thank you.